Do you hear me? It should be. I got bars ish moving. It looks like it's right. There's the bot. You can't hear me? There's a big lag for some reason. Hello, Rainbow Haze. Let's get this party going here. We got 1 minute. We got two playbacks that actually did the thing. Here we go. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today's kind of a bittersweet special. As you may have noticed, the end of the year is just around the corner, and the next two holidays actually end up conflicting with my schedule of when I usually do these posts. So basically, this is the last live hangout that you guys get to, participate and try to win stuff and all that kind of other good stuff. This is the last live one until January 8th, right? I don't know if anybody else is keeping track of such things, but that seems like wow to me. Like I'm gonna miss you guys. I have to admit, like I may have, done a lot of videos and whatever, but in the last couple of months of actually working on the big project here, I've kind of gotten really excited about my Saturdays and spending time with people and chatting and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna miss you guys, and hopefully, come January 8th, I'll have like cool progress made on this, and it'll be fun and cool and all that. But yeah, like I said, bittersweet. I get a little break. You guys can have a little break from me if you didn't want to come here, you wouldn't come here, right? So, just want to remind you guys the secret word game is still going. If you happen to type in the right word in chat, the bot will actually let you know that you hit it. So that's cool. More reason to come here. If they don't win it today, we will have to wait until next year for that. So yeah, start typing crazy stuff, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to tell you how to do it without like throwing a hint that would immediately cause somebody to get it, right? So yeah, I'm avoiding that one. I had thought about doing that kind of stuff on the very first one. This is the third of the giveaways. Um, and yeah, I'm not it was really hard for me to try to like find a clue that wasn't really a clue, just whatever. So anywho, um want to welcome you here tonight and or morning, wherever, depending on your time zone, I guess, or to all the future people who have come to watching these things. I noticed that we get a few people, six, seven, eight, during the whole live session, but then we get a 50 more that throughout the week who, maybe couldn't catch the live one. So hello to you guys. Thank you. You're helping the watch time hours, which I have to say are pretty darn dismal. We're down to like something like 1,600 watch hours, and I need 4,000 before the channel becomes even monetized. So yeah, that's kind of a big thing for me. It's a milestone that I really, really want to hit. So tell your friends, have friends come and join and hang out, and we can have some fun, or share the videos on social media. That'd be cool too. So anyways, um, oh, so let's see. Wait, which one has the progress? Four. This is what it's looking like. So, um, if you look towards the right hand side, where it's down a few rows, all of that was done since last Saturday. That whole we kind of pretty much started off on the corner last Saturday, and it's gotten that far. So if I can keep it the same kind of level of progression, um, yeah, I'll be all the way across in a couple weeks, which I don't know, that seems pretty awesome to me. So yeah, darn it, I need a white. Hang on, I need a white string. So yeah, I'm adding a lot less floss right now. It's, most everything is kind of long, except for um, the red, the yellow, and occasionally the whites. So that's kind of helping me with going faster. Obviously, the last time I did the big long pass, there was an awful lot of string being added, all the blues and the oranges. So that partially is why perhaps it's going faster. The other reason I suspect is the row itself isn't as long. And because it's not as long, doing a little bit seems like, oh, I got that. And before I know it, I've completed 3 or 4 of these rows. So I think the key to tricking your brain into being super productive is to bite off smaller chunks. It might I might be having to shift the project over more frequently, which eats up time, but the taking it in smaller pieces means that I get that little dopamine rush that says, "Wow, look how much you've done already." And that helps encourage me to do more. So that's kind of what I think is going on. At least that's what my analytical brain is telling me. Either way, it still comes down to I've gotten a lot more done than I thought I would. Hang on, I realized I don't have my background music playing. Let me do that. It's a little quiet around here. So, anyways, yeah. Um, I hope everybody's doing awesome. Like I said, holidays are right around the corner, so that's sort of cool. I am I am not really expecting anything in the whole Prezi department because my wife has been really kind of like between the sales and everything else. There's already countless little things that I've picked up, from the little fiddly pen thing that I absolutely positively had to have, to you name it. But the big one now is an exercise bike. That gets delivered here tomorrow, and I am absolutely beside myself with yay! My previous one died on me, and it was a big part of my morning routine. I like to get up and do some yoga and then hit the exercise bike. Kind of clear my head and start the day with an energetic vibe, I guess. And when the bike died, it was a little tragic. So we did some research, found one that's got a longer warranty and serviceable and all that kind of stuff, and at a reasonable price. So that gets delivered here tomorrow, which is weird, right? Like delivering on a Sunday? I don't know. I guess if you're a big enough company, it doesn't matter what day of the week, you're gonna make that money and ship the things. So yeah, pretty excited. That's my beyond the scope of the bracelets. That's kind of what's going on in my life. So, and we kind of got some jazzier tunes here today. I don't know if you guys can you hear the music? Yeah? Okay, good. Cool. But yeah, the project, like I said, this thing is just moving along. It really feels kind of nice to have it going so quickly. It's cool. Mind you, I'm adding way more floss. So for those keeping score, I have cut 616 skeins so far. Which reminds me, I do have a to-do list, which is kind of just over that way, right over there. And the priority one thing is to figure out the colors to one of the next projects, so that way I can go ahead and get the light blue that I need for this ordered. Because it is quite possible between now and January I might actually run out of it. And that brings up an interesting point I need to share with you guys. If you guys are considering getting floss through my source, which is the factory store over on AliExpress, you too should get your orders in soon, because at the end of January is the Chinese New Year's, and pretty much that's like about a month-long festive celebration where like everybody just shuts down. The whole country is like, nope, this is New Year's and we don't do it. So that is, yeah, that's going to make it where you're not going to get your stuff. If you need floss, make sure that you get it long before that happens. Yeah, I don't really do treadmills well. I don't know why. I can walk what feels like forever, but get me on a treadmill where it's like one steady pace and I'm like, I don't know, I'm like fall over myself kind of stuff. But yeah, on a bike maybe though, I might be able to. Actually, I'm pretty sure I saw that there's decathlons in Europe. If you've want to actually check it out, they have like it's supposed to be able to put onto the different things, the treadmill or the bikes, that it has a laptop holder, which would be perfect for putting a clipboard or easel on. So that might actually work. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, I can't imagine with the string and the pedals. Because these strings here, I have to actually be cautious that I don't get the strings caught in the rollers of my chair. I can imagine that if I was using the exercise bike and trying to make bracelets at the same time, I would have to have some kind of, I don't know what, to keep it from getting entangled. That would be bad. All of a sudden, away it goes, like, whoa, what was that? At least generate enough energy to pay for my coffee habit. My mom used to say that if they could get to harness the energy out of my shaky leg, because I'd have this, like, they used to say it was a nervous habit. It turns out it's more of like just an ADHD thing, where my leg bounces. Yeah, that could have, she used to say that could power the house. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, so I'm getting an exercise bike delivered tomorrow. That was what we were talking about. And in some aspects it could be done. I suspect if the bracelet wasn't, if the strings weren't super long, or I was like already halfway through it or something, it might be able to. But really, not sure I would want to, because I kind of like the whole keeping my my mind kind of free during that little period. It's where like I get a lot of creative ideas and stuff from. Yeah, Amanda, you would think, based on my parents' reaction, you would think that maybe not, because they hated it and they would always tell me, knock it off, and like, as if that was so easy, just stop shaking. What the hell? I wonder, like, what... I don't think that there's any potential real harm from doing it, so it makes me wonder, like, what was our parents' thing? Why were they, like, so adamantly against this? It doesn't make any sense. Right. Once again, we've gone from bracelet making to something incredibly way off course, but this is awesome. I love it. Oh yeah. I'm sure everybody in our row notices as the chairs are vibrating like the cheap beds in the hotels from back in the 70s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure shaking your leg is not on the same level as eating with your mouth full, because that's pretty gross. Plus, it makes really gross sounds. So, yeah. His boys are special. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that makes you a lucky girl. So out of curiosity, what do you guys got planned for the next couple weeks? Got some weekends with holidays in the near future. Anything fun planned? Anything exciting? Or are we all just gonna keep crafting? Pretend like this whole thing's not happening. I'm slightly looking forward to Christmas. It's not my like favorite holiday, but I am actually looking forward to Christmas Day, where I plan on having the tree that I built all lit up, because the last couple weeks we've had to keep the lights off because it gets Dad wound up, and rather than suffering through all that crap again, it'll just be a whole lot easier just to leave the lights out. So yeah, so Christmas Day, obviously, we're going to basically put the lights on, and whether it gets wound up or not. Yeah, Christmas Day is probably the only day that we actually have like real plans of having anybody over or doing anything even remotely amusing. Probably won't even be doing anything special for New Year's, just with the whole way that, you know, going out is so frowned upon, and with Dad the way he is, there's no fun there either, so. Yeah, it pretty much sounds like Rainbow Haze. Yes, that sounds kind of like our schedule, except for we'll have a couple friends over. But, yep. Maybe drink a little wine. But yeah, relatively quiet. I am looking forward to seeing the friends. I haven't seen them in a while, so that's gonna be fun. Oh, I think Manda got here after the image. So this is taken yesterday. That area to the right where it's down lower, all that was accomplished in 1 week. So that's what, if I can do that in 1 week, by the time we come back to live streams, I should be all the way across. I don't want to promise that though, because it never fails. Like, I think that I'm gonna do something awesome and accomplish so much stuff, and then, you know, other things happen and get in the way of actually doing the work. So yeah, and then to make things better, the way things used to be, back before the whole strokes and Dad with the Alzheimer's and all that stuff, they would have a family member come and pick them up, and they would be gone for the evening, and leave the house to us and our friends. And yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. Mom's off in a nursing home, and nobody wants Dad. Kind of figure that one out when Mom even got a visit from them in the nursing home. They're Dad's side of the family, but they go to visit her in the nursing home, but never bothered to come and visit Dad. So yeah, kind of tells you what kind of person we're stuck with. And thank you. Yes, it has been a lovely amount of progress. I really kind of surprised myself when I took it off, but I've been like doing, you know, how many rows and then shifting it over and whatever. So yeah. Oh yeah. Kids are not people. No. Mandy's sister's kid, he a couple Christmases ago got way out of hand and touchy and whatever, and I finally like, look, you guys, this is your kid. You need him to calm the fuck down. It's not my place to have to, discipline your child. Fix this. Yeah, they weren't real pleased with me, but I could tell by the look of our friend, she was not happy with being manhandled by a little boy. Right, the cousin kids are definitely fun. As our children should be. Yeah, so I don't even know, like, for New Year's and stuff, like, if it's even worth bothering to try to stay up to watch the TV shows or whatever for it. It's not a... Without being able to go downtown and watch the fireworks and all that kind of stuff, they're really... Like, they quit doing the fireworks because they don't want people to gather, It's... I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Sorry about that. My shoes were tied rather tight, and now that it's evening and I'm sitting still, it's like my feet are swelling and it feels like I'm like... Yeah, isn't there? There's like... I don't know. No, Megan, this is going to be a wall hanging. I can show you. It looks like that when it's laying on the table. That's my dining room table there. It's going to be a wall hanging. It's obviously kind of wrinkly or whatever at the moment, but that'll get ironed out and put into a big frame, and yeah, it should be pretty cool. It's meant to kind of showcase what I was capable of, before I get too old and the eyes or fingers or something goes out of commission and I can't do this stuff anymore. That's the gist of it. Because I've done bags, I've done all kinds of other stuff. In fact, like, if I ever get my Patreon group up high enough, that's one of the bags that I'm actually going to be doing as a giveaway. It's 100, right? 100 Patreon for this? Yeah. So if I get 100 Patreon followers, that's going to be given away. So something kind of neat. The bag should be worth like a small fortune because it took more than a month to make it. So if you look at like regular people's salaries and stuff and you took 1 month worth, by right, that's how much it should be worth. We have in the past done bike rides on New Year's, like back in the day, back before parents were a problem. and be cycling around and just be wherever we were when the event happened. I remember one year it basically happened while we were at East Coast Park, and we stopped, and the Lagoon, is it the Lagoon food court? Whatever, down the Lagoon food court or whatever that is. We stopped over there, had a coffee and tea. I have coffee. She has the tea. Before heading out again. And then we got over to, what's that Changi Village? What's that beach called? Is it Changi Beach? So we got to Changi Beach, decided that we were a little bit tired or whatever, set up a hammock, laid in there for a few hours before finishing off the ride. Like I don't know, kind of, what did we start about? 4 or 5 in the morning. The sun was coming up as we hit Passaris, so it was pretty cool. Good times. Well, this has taken, I think I started this thing in August, so this has taken a long time. Like, don't get under the impression that like these kind of things happen quickly at all. It doesn't. It takes, I guess, dedication. I was gonna say patience, but it's really not. It's my being impatient that keeps me moving along. But yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long road to get here. Yeah, I was actually looking at this year's videos and stuff. There was like 26 or more videos that I put out this year, and before getting to this, and then this just pretty much dominated everything. This has become like, yeah, it's just so much work. And mind you too, like, I don't know how long you've been making bracelets there, Megan, but I've been making bracelets since 87. So yeah, I've got a lot of experience. So like how fast I make a bracelet probably has a lot to do with how much experience I have in it. So I think I have, let's see, wait. This is another view of the big project. This was not taken this week. This was like a week ago Friday. Kind of gives you an idea of like just how ridiculously complicated the whole pattern and stuff was. I have to say that my knots are pretty tight, like honestly. Not crazy tight, but they're, I don't know how to answer that one. Like, I've never actually like measured how much torque or anything, but no, it doesn't hurt. There's no big calluses or blisters or anything happening here. There is a certain, like, if I notice it's kind of leaning one direction, I might, tie a knot in a way that helps pull it to a different direction and tie it a little bit tighter just to kind of get the right kind of an effect going. But other than that, I think I'm pretty consistent with my tension, and I think that's what helps keep the whole thing flat and nice. That's probably one of the most important things you can learn is to get your tension down and be kind of comfortable with it. If your fingers are hurting from the way that you're tying your knots, then you're probably doing something wrong, and you shouldn't do that anymore. What is this? And mind you, it takes, it may, let's say if your fingers get owie or whatever, um, take a break. There's no, I know that it can be exciting and fun and wanting to see something get accomplished, but um, pain is a way your body tells you to, just take it easy for a bit. Um, I guess when I was starting out, there was, before I really developed my, I don't know what the word is for that, like how, I don't think I hold the strings the way I used, well, like when I first started. I think I developed methods for doing it to where it became easier. And I think that's kind of an important evolution. If you start giving yourself blisters, you start having issues, it's just a sign to relax, take a break. And then when you come back to it, try to avoid that. It's just something you gain over time, and you can't rush that kind of stuff. You can't be like, oh, I'm in pain, but I'm just going to work through it because that'll make me stronger. It doesn't work like that. It's about enjoying what you're doing and going easy on yourself. Right, and I'm sure there's probably a bit of a callus here and there on me, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure. It's not like it used to be. Like I remember before, like I did have some, like a lump of a callus, like in here on my middle finger, but yeah, it's not so much anymore. Oh yeah, different threads can be troublesome as well. Also, another big thing, and this, I don't know if other people are actually going to experience this, because occasionally I would take my bracelets out late in the evening and stuff. We go down to like a coffee shop or whatever, and just to have something to fiddle with, I'd have my bracelets. If the air is really moist, the string gets that kind of moisture to it, and then yeah, it really digs into the skin differently. It's really not nice. Or if your hands are kind of wet, because like I was drinking iced coffee at the time, and so the cups get that kind of wetness on the outside. But yeah, really did some suffering from those. Oh yeah, absolutely. Even on this one, like I had to go back like a whole couple series of boxes to undo one. If you watch some of the earlier live um, videos I did, you'll probably see where I show the picture and show how far back I had to go. It was it was a little tragic. Yeah, that was that was a little heartbreaking, especially with a pattern this complex. Like honestly, this is what the pattern looks like. There's 6 different boxes and then 6 counter pieces that go with each one of the boxes. So I deliberately kind of made it complex to make it as beautiful as it is, but it took a while to get used to it. It's I guess now, like you'll notice, like when I start off in the next row and stuff, I have to look because this square will be the same as 4 here and this one here, and that's how I know what it is. And I can double check, like find this box somewhere else, and then it'll be the one next to it. Here it's over here, it's the one next to it. So that's kind of how I get the patterns right on this particular one. But yeah, you know, getting it wrong is something I think we all do and we all learn. And here's something: if you ever have it, I don't know if the camera sees this so good here. Let's go with this one. Okay, so this is a very thick and very not sharp needle. It's a needlepoint needle, and I did a little macrame stuff on the end of it, and this is great for picking out the knots, because if it was too sharp, you'd get in between the individual strands of the embroidery floss. But this is rather blunt, so it's easier to pick out the knot with it. And let's see if I can shift this. Oh, I don't know. So this is a little magnet that I got over at Daiso, and it's just attached to my clip that's holding this thing in place. And yeah, it just comes off and goes up just that easy. So it really makes it nice for being able to have it handy in case I make any mistakes, or if I don't like how something is working. So Megan, you were kind of late to the thing here. Earlier I was talking about the fact that we have the secret word game is going on, where if you manage to guess or say in chat the secret word, the bot that we have will announce you the winner. The whole idea with the bot doing it means that, you know, I can't make changes on the fly to, you know, help make any one person become the winner or anything. So the words was put in a couple weeks ago, and when somebody figures out what that secret word is, this is what they win. Rainbow Haze, who you may see in there chatting, she has contributed herself the two matchy things, the keychain or bag tag and the other bracelet. So yeah, that's those all three things all go to the winner of the secret word game this week. Well, I say this week. I'm hoping somebody wins. If not, we'll have to wait and see who wins January 8th when we come back. Yes, I did do one that was from the base going outwards. It's got 144 colors on it. If you look in Instagram, there's a picture of my wife holding it. It looks, there's a couple similar. It has this sort of a pattern to it, except for each one of these things is a different combination of 4 colors. And if you actually look at the bag, on either side, it looks like 2 separate bags, but the whole pattern flows around the whole outside. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I do use a website for the pattern. It actually is my website. If you go in there, see where the little search thingy is? If you look for graph paper, then you will see I built my own graph paper, which I just kind of color in using any color, any image editor thing. I use GIMP because it's free, and that's how I edit out my own patterns. Basically, because I've been doing this longer than there was internet, I learned to actually do this stuff on computers by myself, or, well, first it used to be color pencils. I literally would print out copies of that graph paper and then fill it in with color pencils just to figure out like where the underlying colors went and how that worked. So yeah, that's how I do it. Yeah, I see. I've seen the mandala ones, and most of the time, like if you want the bag to be big enough to be practical, um, you're gonna end up with holes at the bottom of it, and that just drives me crazy. Plus, I like. Hang on, I have to keep beating this poor bag apart, but I like those nice big thick kumi loops at the top. That's the real big reason why I like starting at the top rather than at the bottom. When I started at the bottom, by the time I got up to the top, you basically the strings weren't maybe long enough to actually do a kumi, so I end up doing like a macrame up one side and or on the other side. So yeah, um, and for some reason that is another one of those bags that I made for my wife that kind of got shelved for no apparent reason. I don't know why it doesn't get used. Why don't you use that bag, sweetheart? Yeah, I'm kind of weird when it comes to bags. Like I want it to be solid. I don't want pens and stuff to fall out of it because that would make me insane. Um, but yeah, I like the bag that I just showed you. That one was made to fit around the Japanese thing. What is it? The traveler's notebook. So, unfortunately, that's not what I use now. I have this great big leather monstrosity that is for my bullet journal. So yeah, if I'm gonna make another bag for it, it's gonna end up being a lot larger. Yeah, you can use a cross stitch hoop. Actually, for Amanda, the art friend, I think it was art friend. We got the little brass rings. Yeah, art friend's got has brass rings at different sizes, so you could actually attach it onto something like that. Um, that would look really cool, you know, for like on the wall or like a Christmas ornament or whatever. The mandalas are pretty, but I'm not I'm not right. Yeah, like the wife said, it would be something like a dream catcher, so it'd be pretty. Right. No, that's very true. You could actually line it. I actually thought about doing something along those lines. Yeah. Well, you should go back and actually check out some of my other videos, like the on the live ones and stuff. We may end up talking a lot about a lot of random things where you can actually ask questions. But I actually have videos about how to design the bag, how to size out the bag, um, how to do the kumi ropes. So if you want like a nice strap for it, um, I did a number of small bags where they're basically just big enough to hold, you know, your IC and maybe a bit of money or something, to all the way up to great big bags that could hold iPads and laptops and stuff. So there's a lot of insight. If you're just a beginner, there's plenty of beginner tutorials, including how to do tubes and all kinds of stuff. So you kind of go through the older ones and see, you know, find what's kind of at your speed, and you'll probably discover some pretty amazing stuff. Because yeah, I've made a lot of different things over the years. Well, Amanda, you should, if you run into like needing thoughts or ideas and stuff on the Kumi, my wife is absolutely the master of it. She does all the bags and stuff. That's all her. Like even the bracelets for the most part, that's almost all her. I have done kumis, so I know like the principles or whatever, but um, it uses a different set of muscles, and after a while, it kind of I don't I'm not comfortable doing it a long time. Well, thank you, Megan. I hope you enjoy the holidays as well. You know, it's not an easy time for everybody, so I definitely wish everybody a real happy holiday season. Yeah, I was actually trying to go back over the videos for the year and discovered like January 1st of this year, it was a blue and red bag. Like I hit the ground absolutely running. Yeah, I think the Japanese were doing it before, but between her and I like made the comment like, couldn't you just put a knot across the first string and whatever? And Mandy actually did that, and so now we actually have a method where if you on the kumi you have all the strings are going across in all the different directions. If the very first two strings that should cross, if you tie them in a knot and then put them where they're going, and then you just continue going around the thing just as normal, and then when you get to the end, you tie the last two strings that are going to cross, what will happen is you can take it out, you give it the little tug, and it'll lengthen out or whatever, but it doesn't unravel. Without those knots, it's very difficult to get your bracelet going and get things, you know, because you after you have the kumi, the next thing to do is to pick out the color and wrap it around and then wrap the next one. Without it, it's very difficult because the whole thing is trying to come undone on you. But those two tiny little knots will preserve that kumi perfectly. So yeah, that's something that together, I said it, she did it. So and we've actually watched videos on kumis where like the Japanese have like a place where like new patterns or whatever are put in the vault or whatever, and you can see they're unraveling at the ends, and we're just like, does nobody else know this? Is it seriously like we did the thing? And it's kind of possible that, like, I don't know why nobody else thought to do it, but yeah, that's something that we totally do. Oh, and Megan, if you haven't already, subscribe. It'd be nice, you know, kind of looking forward to getting those numbers up a bit. Here, reminds me. Make this little dude come in. So I can tell you from, again, some experience, you probably want the foam one. And we sell them, but you probably want the foam one. The reason is, imagine the, well, here. These things. So the thing about these things is they come in two flavors. One, that it's too tight on the string that you've been putting the string into, or it's too loose and the string just flops, right? If it's tight and the string stays in place real nice, doing that so many times to the string, because the string is just fragile little fibers, after you try to get any length on the kumi, your string is likely to break apart. So that's going to be a problem. So there's a 64 one. We have the 64 one that's made out of wood, and it sucks. It does not work well. That got abandoned pretty quickly. Let's check in the airplane trolley. I do not have the Kumi thing here, but the foam ones will let you put the strings in and not damage the strings at all. We did try messing around once. What's the stuff that we bought while we were in Malaysia? It's like a crafting foam that we picked up at something that looked kind of like a Popular, but different because it's Malaysian. And then it was too thin. And then we like glued a couple pieces together and put cuts into it and stuff because we would makeshift, because I was supposed to like not bring string and work on stuff, but then I like saw a deal on DMC floss for really cheap and I absolutely got inspired, and then I like, yeah, the 64 slot one is really dense. It's almost twice the thickness of the other ones. But that said, if you're only doing like the loops and stuff for your bracelets, it's really, really overkill. The ones I sell, some people have mentioned the fact that, you know, it just seems they seem kind of small, but they do what they're supposed to do. Okay, how many strings are on the bracelets that you want to make? Mind you, the number is 8 and above in multiples of 4. It really works. All right, so it's like 8, 12, 16, 20. 20 is right there, right? 20, 24, 28. So if you're doing any bracelets with that number of strings, and mind you, you're talking, and this is the part that always like gets a lot of people confused when like we start talking like how many strings are in a pattern. Let me get this thing again. This thing's really coming in handy here tonight. This right here is 16 strings, right? Even though when the Kumi is done, you get 16 is what, 32. There's 32 here, right? So if you're doing a 44 string, that's 22 strands, because you're doing in half and then the other half comes to the other side of the loop. And 44, 22, you'd probably want to try to come up with a couple extra strings to make that go even. Yeah, she can do ridiculously amazing things that I can't. But yeah, it turns out, but yeah, it would only be 22, right? Because it's at 44 strings, it's really 22 on the side. Because most bracelet people count 44 as 44. I'm the one that counts everything differently, because I try to figure out like how many goes into the Kumi side of it as opposed to the other. And it's all because basically when I started, there wasn't an internet. There was no standard definition of which way you counted things and stuff. So yeah, my way is a little bit different, but my way works really good when it comes to certain other aspects. So yeah. But yeah, I would say most of the bracelets I've seen you making here recently, you could probably do with the 32 thing. The 64 would be really great if you're gonna get into something really intensely crazy or whatever, which I know that you're absolutely capable of, and I'm actually surprised with as fast as you are at making stuff that you're not producing a bag or something yet. Right. If it's, that really matters a lot too, right? Although, if you're starting out with a diamond start, so if yours is coming in like this, should bring that in closer. If yours is coming in like this, you can shift all, let's say this is 2 colors, right? So you have all the strings coming in, it's red and black. If you wanted to put all the red on one side and all the black on the other, you can. And then as you're putting these things down, you're covering up all of the traces of where the strings or how the strings came into it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly symmetrical. You just need it to be like a double wide in order to make it, you know, the loop work for the other thing. So yeah. Okay, so 2 bracelets a week. If my small bags are 96 string, 96 to right around 110, 120. That's what, for like 6 bracelets. 6 bracelets to make a small bag. That's, you know, realistically. Well, how long, Rainbow, how long did it take you to make that phone case that you made? Because that thing was pretty epic. So, not to give myself the credit, but honestly, the way that she learned was me giving her hundreds of bracelets. She's literally done, if you look through like the bracelets that are in the shop or in my portfolio, she has literally done hundreds and hundreds of bracelets. And I've given her so many, here's one with 12 strings, or here's one with 16 strings, or whatever, that she was able to experiment a lot, which in turn, you know, gave her all that experience. Right, okay. Yeah. And not that I can take credit for, you know, her learning, but I've really thrown a lot of stuff at her and been like, can you tune this into something? And she's like, I'll try. Next thing I know, I've got something amazing, and then I just go from there. Well, you were really nervous, like you were so afraid of starting off wrong or screwing the whole thing up. And once you got going, I think, I don't know, there must have been a eureka moment when you suddenly realize, oh, I've got this. This isn't that damn hard. Because a month seems about right. That sounds about right. And you now have something that you can fit your phone in. I mean, and that's pretty badass. I don't think I've ever had a problem with your making them the way you did them and stuff. She even got to the point to where she's like, okay, what kind of pattern are you planning on doing? You know, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go like with a zigzag, or I'm going with a whatever it was, and she would actually try to tailor the pattern that she was making in the kumi to kind of correspond with whatever was happening in the bracelet. So honestly, my wife is absolutely like amazingly like if you guys are blown away by my making like this kind of stuff, my wife is just as talented when it comes to the kumis. Right. And there is something about like getting your mind to wrap around it, because I can't draw you out a pattern of what it looks like to do a tube, essentially, right? Because it takes something that's flat like this and turns it into something that's three-dimensional. So because I can't actually draw that out for you, it's hard to realize just how simple it is. Because basically, you're just, when you get to that one edge and you got from the other edge, that creates the next diamond. And that once you put that in, you've joined all the way around. Now you have a cylinder, and that starts to build up back out. And from once you have that cylinder, yeah, it's a bag. You know, when you get down to wherever you want to, you can just tie that thing off straight. It doesn't matter. You know, come up with your creative way of doing it. But it's not so difficult. Once you get, if you're already capable of doing a double wide, you can do a bag. It's that simple. It really, I know that in, like, even in my own head, like when I first started out, like I was doing tubes. I had no problem with tubes. The idea of the bag though kind of frightened me. I ended up using Daiso string because I didn't want to like sink too much money into the thing if it wasn't going to turn out right. And that first bag, man, that thing, I still have it. I love that thing. That bag is awesome. Well, on the plus side, she didn't have to do a single kumi for this project, so. Maybe we'll talk, when we talk to the people who are going to frame this thing, maybe we can have like a kumi accent or something. I still have no idea how they're going to frame it. What's it going to look like? You could do. No, I have no clue. Mind you, this thing, so, I just said that having an accent kumi, she's like, do you know how long that would be? No idea. But I do know that this thing is 4.5 foot wide or 140 cm. So I'm guessing that that's a lot. So it only took you a couple weeks. Is that right? Am I reading that right? Yeah. So Rainbow, is that am I getting that right? It only took you a couple weeks to produce a bag? Once you got your head wrapped around it and you thought you could, knew that you could do it. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's really not as difficult as you might be hyping your mind up to doing it. Right. Yeah, so that's the big thing, is when you first start out, you'll have a flat piece that kind of goes to a diamond. And then you take that diamond and you flip it around and you bring the two ends together, and then that starts to fill in. And once you get down to where it's like this, across the bottom or whatever. You can continue adding if necessary, but that's the part where it's all one nice big tube. So yeah. Right, okay, that makes sense. But still, then, it was still probably right around a month then. So Amanda, I have faith in you. And I have faith in this little community. If Amanda runs into problems, obviously, there's, you know, at least a couple of us that are willing to jump in there and share our experience. So, you know, you're more than welcome to get a hold of me or whatever. Obviously, you have my WhatsApp number. That's a possibility too. Or in Facebook, there's a group called Ask Not, which was basically I put together a group thinking that anybody who wanted to like be able to message me or whatever, nobody uses it. I have a whole bunch of people like that are like the page or whatever, but nobody uses it. You could be the first. You're very welcome. It's the kind of community that I want to build here, you know? I want where people who, you know, not sure of themselves can feel confident enough that they can come and ask questions and learn and make things and because I want to inspire. I really do. That's like the big thing is to inspire people to try doing things that they might not have tried otherwise. Ask not what you can do for your stitches. I think I'm gonna have to replace this white. Let me go get one. So you should ask the bot, the magic 8 ball, if Amanda's gonna make a nice bag. Yeah. There you go, Amanda. That's all you need right there. That's it. Don't make it a resolution. Those things never seem to last. I think for Amanda, I think what you might want to watch is there's a small series I did about how I designed and made the little bag for my sister. There's, I think, 3 or 4 videos in that series. I suggest taking a look at those. Those would be a real easy start, you know, if you want to like make something and build up your confidence before going for anything huge or crazy. That little bag was amazingly cute, and yeah, I think if I was gonna try to start somebody off on something, I'd say that was probably a really good set. Hang on, let me see what the microphone. Yeah, so basically, if you go into my channel and you look, it's there was the planning phase of my sister's bag, beginning the back of the sister's bag. Then there was a tutorial for my sister's one, and then something about tutorial for my sister's friendship bag completed. So yeah, there's just 4 of them. Don't know what the confetti pattern is. Is that anything like, whoops, wrong one, that one. Is it like that? Is that a confetti pattern? This was me throwing dice. Every one of those little lines was a dice being thrown to figure out whatever. Yeah, some patterns are not gonna lend themselves well to a cylinder. And if Rainbow knows what you're talking about, then yeah, I would totally trust her on that. Some patterns definitely lend themselves more. Oh yeah, no, don't do a bag like that, honestly. I just saw one of your posts recently where you did a bracelet and stuff. The snowflake one, that would go pretty quickly in a bag. That would be pretty easy. But no, you don't want to do something like that, or the plaids and that kind of stuff does not. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, that you will not have fun with that. Yeah, a diamond pattern, something along those lines. Those ones will go a lot faster. Yeah, you had 2 bracelet makers here cringing at the thought of what you were suggesting. Yeah, because yours is basically diamonds. Rainbow. Yours was simple. But what's the one that everybody does around the holiday season? The snowflake thing. Amanda made one of those things not too long ago. That one will be just as easy because it doubles easily. Can you get the playlist for this? It's Sisters Friendship Bracelet Back. There's an actual playlist. Oh wait, okay. Sisters band capture. Aha! That's the playlist. Mind you, that bag took way too long, only because I really love my sister and I really wanted the bag to come out like as amazing as humanly possible. And then I got myself all hung up on whatever, and then a project came in and I was running out of purple string in general, and then so I ended up swiping from it, and then it was just whatever. Yeah, so any of those would have worked. Any of those snowflake ones that you were doing, those would work. Because essentially, the area in which the snowflake is essentially a diamond space. So any of those would work. Didn't matter which one, but you'll see on my sister's one, like I made it out of multiple different kinds of bracelet designs, which definitely made it a little bit more complex because you can only kind of do a row or so at a time because you're working into the next section. Oh, so Amanda, you've done double wides, right? Here's a thought. If if you picture that normally, say this much here is a bracelet. So you know that if you doubled up the string, you could actually make a bracelet this wide by only having one loop, right? But even if you just make a loop for this, and you put it next to a bracelet here, and this one has a loop, you can join those two together no problem. Well, all a bag is deciding how many loops you want to put together, and then the same way that you join these two together, you're going to do that by flipping the whole thing around and joining the last two together on the opposite side. You're just going to fold the two pieces over and then just continue it going down. And that's, if you look at the base of this, I got a little bit creative. The knots are right here, come down all the way to the other side, come all the way back up, come back down. You can actually see where I knotted the pieces together. But yeah, and you end up with something like this. Mind you, I hate how this camera, let's see if we go to this. That looks a little, it's still, this is like the saturation is kind of up high because it is red, but it's a little bit darker than that. Not sure if I can get a little less light on it, but that's the bag that, so hopefully that makes sense. I think that was a lot of the whole, what got Rainbow, you know, in a tizzy, was trying to figure out what was going to happen. Like, it didn't make sense or whatever. When she finally got that notion in her mind, the next thing I know, she had a bag. So I think she just kind of overthought it or something. Right on. Well, like I said, you have means to get a hold of me if, you know, you decide you want to try to do this stuff during the whole break, because won't be back for a live one until January 8th. So, a couple weeks of whatever. Right. Yeah, it was just the planning for it. That was literally it. And I'm not even sure what I said that where you suddenly had your aha moment, but then you were on it like no problem. I think part of what had Rainbow mixed up was that she was putting in many colors, like each of the diamonds had its own kind of color, and like getting it to her mind to wrap around how when it joined where those colors would be. If you start out with something kind of simple, like where it's the same bracelet over and over and over, it'd probably be a whole lot easier than something quite as complicated as what she made. But I mean, you're an experienced bracelet maker. If you want to go a little bit crazy with it, go for it, you know. And to anybody who's else is out there who's watching this at a later date, I really do hope that, you know, we can give you the inspiration to actually take on a bigger project that might seem beyond your skill set at the moment. Every bracelet can be a practice towards doing something bigger or whatever. And when you get to that stage, when you're considering doing something or whatever, reach out. we have a pretty great little community here who can help answer questions and um, want to see you develop in your skill stuff. So yeah, right. Yeah, I remember the whiteboard thing. That was we were I was scribbling out ideas left and right to try to get the idea through to you that wasn't going to be that hard. That was fun stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I mean, I don't know if you use that bag much or if it's in a place of honor or what happened with it, but you should definitely be proud of it. I mean, it's a gorgeous little bag. It was so nice that somebody literally stole the whole idea and ran with it for themselves. Like that was that was something, huh? Yeah. Yeah. See, I've been doing these kind of things long enough that like I just take it for granted. I know how things go together. I know how to put a flap on the bag or have it, just an open thing like the one I've been showing tonight. Um, I've got this one that was started without any loops. I just started, had it attached to a piece of string and did that. When it got to the bottom, I just basically tied the pieces going across. That was an eyeglass case that my mother-in-law carried. Um, it's really super easy. This is a great pattern if you want to make a bag. This is a great pattern for it. This thing went together in no time. Um, and I plan on doing a pillow like this. I really like this pattern in general. It's just fun. The only drawback with this on a pillow is that all the strings are going to like run out like close to the same time because it uses everything pretty evenly. Yeah. You have to people who make things just the same way you did are not doing it because they want to steal your idea. They're doing it because they were inspired and they saw how beautiful it was and they wanted to do the thing. People ask all the time, what pattern number is this or what's that? It's you should take it as a flattering thing. They liked what they saw in yours so well that they went to the trouble of actually making it in the same exact damn colors. Like that's a lot of people lack imagination, and that's I can't imagine being in a bracelet making whatever and not have imagination to say, sure, that's cool, but I want to try it in my colors. I can't. That's not obviously not my style. I do same bracelets in 4 or 5 different kind of whatevers just because I want to see it in other colors. But not everybody's got that imaginative gene or whatever. I don't know how. But yeah, you should be flattered, I think. Yeah, that's true. Well, that can happen, And for me, I have to say that a lot of times, either I was out to try to deliberately do a thing or Like I wanted chain links, and I went to great lengths to draw that out on graph paper. This is back in the late 80s. Drew it up in some graph paper and made some, and then realized, like, 'cause I was trying to do it going across this way, and it was pretty ridiculous. It was a pretty huge bracelet. And then I realized, oh, I can do a chain going down this way, and then, you know, yeah. So Rainbow, what'd you get the boyfriend for Christmas? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't watch my channel, so you can actually talk about it here. Well, yeah, unless he's behind you. But she usually listens with her headphones on, so she can quietly type in a little something. Ah. I guess we just have to talk to Amanda now. Wait. Oh, my Instagram goes way back, so that could take you a while. Don't feel afraid to hit like on things. It happens. Every once in a while I'll be like, whoa, I got 100 likes. Somebody must have really liked this new post or whatever. And then I look and it's like one person has just gone through my whole thing. Like, whoa, okay. Oh no. Poor dead headphones. Maybe Santa will bring in new headphones. Yeah, okay. That was a fun one. That was, somebody actually asked for me to do it in black and white. They were, you know, seen the other ones or whatever, but black and white was her thing. Yeah. I lost a pretty adamant follower because of the whole mask things, because she was like one of those people who masks don't work, they're bad, it's a government ploy to do things to get us to lose our freedoms. Okay. I don't know. Scientists seem to think that it might help if it. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. If I got any kind of percentage at being better at the casino, I'm going to use it. You know, that means holding a 4-leaf clover between my teeth. You know, I'm going to do it just because better odds are good. Whatever. But yeah, that whole mask era is really weird. Yep. Yeah, you can do. There's a bunch of. You can do this. The Chinese staircase. You could do the macrame ones. The where it's like a square knot that goes back and forth. You can do the one where it's a square knot one way that makes the double spiral. Actually, if you look at see, now I'm gonna pull up another video. There's another link for you. So those starts to the bracelets can be just like what you could do around the headphones thing. Yeah, I wonder if she actually still watches the videos quietly and doesn't say anything anymore, because like she tried getting her husband to like yell at me, and I'm like, why do you he basically their problem was every time that they made a comment on YouTube, I made a reply. What they don't know is that in YouTube Studio, when you're a content maker, YouTube basically expects that you reply to everybody. Like, it literally is a filter on there. Like, if I go to where the comments are, it only shows me the ones that haven't been replied to. So I don't know how somebody like, you know, PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye or those guys, how they manage it. But literally, if I don't respond, it stays in a certain field or whatever that like I want done. And they were mad because I was getting the last word in. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's how it works. Yeah, any kind of advantage is good. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, that one, I basically took a look at a lot of different loops, and honestly, a couple of them are like what you're using right now, Amanda, to do for your loops. And that method right there, you could do that all the way up a headphone set. They talk about it like it's gonna make it, you know, not ever tangle. It's just a different kind of rope. It's still gonna tangle. You can still get them all, whatever. Yeah, you're probably right. There's probably somebody that helps to. What a good problem to be in, though, right? To have so many people that enjoy your content that you actually have to hire help to do stuff. That's. Yeah. came first, this bucket bag or the yours? 144. So that video is I just shared is the sister bag to the one that I made for my wife. So essentially there were two really big bags put together with 144 colors, and then basically all the string that was left over from them plus another 144 was put together to make, is it 5? Yeah, to make that bag. So there's over 144 because at some point I started taking colors out of the rest of what I have to finish that thing up. So yeah. I went back to see whether or not I actually did a tutorial for the wife's bag. It doesn't appear that I did though. Sorry, what? I did. Still do. Kind of knew I would going into it, but I made it so damn complex. So Amanda, are you still going through the Instagram? Kind of wondering how far back you've gotten so far. Was the right? I haven't worn bow ties in a long time either. The era of the bags, indeed. It might have been so I worked out with a thing with the shop down on Haji Lane, and he wanted 6 bags. Was it 6? 6 bags, and then each bag have 6 tube bracelets to go with it that sort of match the bag in some kind of way. Like, could easily be sold as like consolation prizes to anybody who couldn't afford the bags themselves. And yeah, I kind of went on, there was an era of absolutely cranking out some of the most whatevers. Like I approached the challenge and took it with a great big outdoing. Each bag was outdoing the one previous to it, basically. I wanted to make all different kinds of tops. I could have made something like that, make them all like my first one, but I saw an opportunity to really push the whole creativity thing, and yeah, that was a fun era. I think that's possibly why everybody, like, I consider myself a bracelet maker, but like if you ask certain people, like, oh, who is that akaawol guy? Oh, he makes bags. Like, I, my shop has what, maybe 4 or 5 bags in there, and like a whole boatload of bracelets. But no, I'm a bag maker. The Euro bags, you went with token. I actually can hear it as a Harry Potter title. Harry Potter and the Euro bags. Nice. She's running out of sequence. I don't know which one this is. Which one was number 6? I'm like, not a cult. Love it. Oh, number 2. Number 2 is a pattern. Do not make a bag like that. Oh my god. Yeah, it took me a second. Arrowhead? Yeah, no, that's that elongated, weird arrowhead that is stupid hard. I started that bag in like December or something and worked on it through Chinese New Year's, like trying to rush to get it to be done by Chinese New Year's. That thing that thing tried to kill me. That was like the worst. I can't remember which was the 4th one though. Let's see, there's that one, that one. That That's 3. Oh, 4. That was Cher's bag. Yeah. Oh, wait, was it 6 you looked? Okay, here. So Cher's was 4. That's 5. That's 7. What is 6? They just don't know what number 6 was. Hey, Maris. Welcome. We're a little bit being silly, I think. I'm dying. So Amanda has complimented my bag number 6, and for the life of me, I'm not sure which one number 6 was anymore. Is it your round one, red one? Amanda, describe number 6 bag. I'm dying here. I'm actually in my portfolio trying to figure out which one it is. It's killing me. I'm doing great. I'm excited. I'm getting a new exercise bike tomorrow, so I can get back to trying to get in shape, so that's awesome. Okay, wait. All right. This may save my sanity. I honestly, I can picture like what the first few were. I know what got things started. I know that I made a bag to start with, and I made one for my wife, but she didn't like it, was too big. And then it wasn't long after that I tried to do a giveaway because I wanted string, and I actually got my supplier at the time to actually pay for it. So yeah, I kind of remember the early days. Oh yeah, no, that's another one of my wife's bags. That one was difficult. That one is really weird because it's the bracelet design itself just starts out like really small, and then it's like, yeah. Yeah, if people don't get to control you or whatever, that's they'll tell you you're selfish. Yeah. Just because I won't let you manipulate me? I'm sorry. Not. No. Good for you. I say, honestly, enjoy the holidays. Don't let other people make it difficult. Good for you. Yeah, making bracelets is really almost a meditation in itself, especially if it's a pattern that you don't have to like keep looking at a piece of paper or your phone or something. It can become really, really therapeutic. Yeah, the holidays are a tough season. I don't tend to get through them very easily myself, but it's pretty bad when the family just makes it even worse. That's awesome. So anyways, let me just quick throw this out here. For a while now, I have had Patreon, and these people have helped support this channel and have kept me going. It's through their help, financially supporting this channel is what's kept me with this enough string to keep going and make big projects like this, as well as some of the videos and the cameras and stuff that go into doing all of this. So I thank all my Patreon supporters for the help. I couldn't have done it without them. This camera up here, this, I wouldn't have it if it wasn't for the Patreon people. So yeah, definite thanks and kudos to you guys for all of that. Yeah, it just goes without saying it's something that's awesome. And since Amaris wasn't around to see it, Maris, there is a secret word game still going on. So if you can get the computer to tell you you won by saying the magic word, then this is what you have to stand to win. We are really fortunate to have Rainbow Haze Shop to contribute the two that are on the left-hand side. The other one's mine. But yeah, say the right word, and those things are getting mailed out to you. So, yeah. So Amanda, are you still going through the Instagram? Or how far back have you gotten to now? It's just so fun. Nope, it's not bracelet. I try to make it a little bit difficult. It's is brand it is something to do with my channel, but I tried to make it a little bit difficult so that way I wasn't giving away stuff like every day. So it's
Forget about it.
okay. I'm officially out of water. Means if I get thirsty now, I'm gonna have to go to Scotch. No, I'm being good. No, and it's triggers. It's just a single word, and it'll you don't have to like mix things up. I like the fact that somebody's actually trying to find to hit the thing. Kudos if you get it. Well, let's see. The first one was the first one was Rapunzel, which is if you're ever actually over on my website, and you go into portfolio and you want to see the bags. The Rapunzel is the tab you hit, and it will actually bring up the bags because early on, and there's pictures of me in my Instagram showing it. I put it on my head, and the strings were so long, it looked like it was like Rapunzel with long hair, and it was pretty silly, and it was funny, and it just reminds me of that. Then the next week was. The next one? What was the was what? No, yeah, what was the word? Oh, the second word was caffeinated, which was based off of the bag that basically was the inspiration for this. So yeah, that was like you would have to go back into my old videos and stuff before you would have gotten that one, but the bag that went into this was called highly caffeinated. Amanda happened to get that one because I was talking about the fact that I drank a number of coffees and then had a Diet Coke and stuff right before coming on. So she said that was highly caffeinated, and then boom, the little robot popped up and was all excited. Yeah. Yeah, there was. I like coffee. I do. I really, really do. Like, I'm not sure I'm ready to make espressos at night yet and be able to still sleep, but I like coffee. Like, I can do the coffee shop coffee before bed, no problem, but now we have a little espresso maker, so yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd actually have to stop drinking coffee to be able to find out whether or not that's true. And that ain't happening. So Amanda is old enough to be drinking? See, you're giving away your age. That actually might have been a good one if not for the fact that we actually have a person called Rainbow Haze Shop, and that we often just refer to her as Rainbow. So that word would get thrown around way too easily. I'd have to give away the the bracelet before I was 10 minutes into the thing. Fades, yeah. No, I see where you're at. You're hunting around on the website. That's cute. When I tell you the story of why I picked the word that I picked, you guys are gonna be like, oh. Yeah, I was wondering why you picked that word, but I was like, I'm just gonna be over here, mind my own business. Should I give away a hint? I don't know. If you guys knew how amazing having an airplane trolley is for keeping your string organized and all your little drawer like at the top, you can just slide this open and get right out a pair of scissors, you know. If you guys had any clue, these things would be being sold so much more frequently to the public. I think a lot of people would really, I think even Rainbow Haze has enough strings and stuff to actually make a airplane trolley work. Nope, tutorial was not tried, and now it is. Now I can use that next time. Holy moly. What art supply store were you at that would have triple digit? And for portable. The one that I'm using now, I can tell you, Amanda, you can get that over at Suntech. It's on the 3rd floor. It's in like a little weird section of the mall. Where there's actually a 3rd floor. Trying to think like what else is up there. There was like a little play area thing for the kids where they had like little crane operator stuff and stuff in front of it. That's announcing having a lot of string is definitely a flex on my channel. Oh, right. Yes, that one. They are pricey. I love that place. I'm in their club thing. I haven't gotten an email from them too recently, so yeah. No, there's a place that actually teaches art. It's up on the 3rd floor. Can you find out what the name of that one is? It's in Suntech. I wish I could like name which tower it's in, because it's like there's not too many 3rd stories in Suntech. It's an art supply. What's it called? Umi. U-M-I? Umi. It's U-M-I. It's a... Which tower is it? Wife's pulling it up right now. Yep. She's pulling up. She'll find out which tower. East Wing 03. Then the unit's 4-4? 344. So yeah, up on the 3rd floor of the East Wing. It's a great little shop. They like teach you how to do different arts and stuff like pottery and different things like that. But I think yep. So, I think, honestly, I paid less than 30 for the easel I use right here. It just sits on the desk. It's got a little drawer in the front of it, which is nice. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it was less than 30. I knew it was pretty cheap. I took off, it had like a little shelf on the front that kind of came outwards. It was held in with little screws. I took the screws and stuff out because the strings kept getting caught on it. And then basically I have a piece of, see if I can move this down a little bit. This came from the other art store, the Plaza Sing Art Friend. It's for oil paint or whatever, so that's what's doing that. And then, so this is, let's go down a little further. This is the drawer that's actually on my easel. So I have toothpicks because I go crazy if I get something stuck in my teeth. I have a pencil in here. I have some tiny clips. I have emery board in case I need to do my nails. I have a clicker because I use that when I want to mark a part of a video that's not I want to back up and re-say whatever I was saying. So yeah. But yeah, it's a really nice little story. Got a lot of pens, a lot of artsy stuffs. It's fun. So let's come back up here. Yeah, it's a weird place in the mall. Like honestly, like because trying to go for a walk and just things being crappy with the masks or whatever, I was going over to Suntech a lot and just kind of wandering back and forth because, you know, being in air conditioning and whatever. And I just ran into an art supply store. I'm like, I can't turn that down. And when I saw their easels, I was just like, oh, that's very much me. Because the easel, let's see. The easel right here is huge. It is absolutely massive. It was great when I was working out in the living room when I had to like keep an eye on mom. It was great because I could actually stand at the regular dinner table because I could have the clipboard raised up so high. But after that stopped being a thing, I didn't need so much overkill. I just needed something to actually hold a bit of board to, and so this thing turned out to be perfect for that. Yeah, I'm getting that way. I have discovered bullet journals, and so now, yeah, kind of really want to find a like over here in the window you can see I have my bullet journal that I'm starting up for next year. But I'm really kind of disappointed in the books themselves because the paper, if I use a fountain pen, it bleeds through the paper. I'd really like to find one that doesn't do that. Oh, and the answer to the question of last week we were talking, Collins is the name of the book. I thought the paper quality was better, but it does actually bleed through. Remember, I kept trying to remember so hard. Yeah. I know most people don't have a problem with the whole, you know, fountain pen thing, but I really like my fountain pens. I really like the way they write, and drawing with them is, you know, there's an added challenge or something to it that I like. I don't know. So Amanda, the stationery stores, what is it? Is it washi tape? Is it the pens? What part of the stationery are you hooked on? Yeah, see, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to actually, when I lay out a calendar or something, I want to be able to have like the background be something I did out in watercolor, and then draw the lines and stuff to fill in on top of it. But so far, the only ones that I've seen, like there's not very many pages in it, you know, unless you get the kind that's like, what do they call it? Where like there's like a spring that holds all the papers together, which I hate those things. Yeah, I'll have to look up art journal. Yeah, when I take a break from like get out of the house or whatever, like the first thing I try to take with me is the watercolors, and yeah, I kind of like that stuff. That's nice. Really? I would, like A5 size? Yeah, I like the hardcover ones. Is it like, okay, because this is the small version. This is Klux. It's KU with the little dots over the U, so I have no idea what to do with that. ELOX. This is like from going out on various Oh, Taka was across the street, and then the window had like the film stuff on it. But yeah, I like getting out. I like being artsy. Oh, so the bots are triggered by different words. Like if you say shop, it will bring up my shop. If you say Instagram, it will bring up an Instagram link. Basically, try to make it so like if somebody was asking a question and I missed it, that it would answer the question by itself. So that was some of the triggers. Some of the other ones are time related. The ones where it's like coffee and stuff, that's whatever. Yeah, now I need to go back over to the cafe because I'm curious as to which notebook it would. Well, I can go through their shop. Yeah, store might be one of them. I don't know. I'm still learning what the bot can do. I'm not really. It does do magic word though. That worked out pretty cool. I had to laugh. The very first one when you guys were trying to figure out how to spell Rapunzel, that is still one of the more hilarious things I can remember from this channel. That was awesome. And me like looking like, oh, I don't know how to spell it either, so I don't know. Did that do it? So this is a little place over the assembly ground at the cafe. That was one of my watercolors. Then there's one. I don't think my cameras do this thing any justice, but yeah. That's got like shiny paint. Decided to paint the mess that was on my desk at the time. But But yeah, if I could find paper like this to do a book with, I would love it. I think it would be awesome. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, I'm not really good at it yet, but I really enjoy doing it. There's something about having to slow down and do it that's nice. And that's why I was thinking, like, if I could do a journal where maybe I paint a sunset or something, and then that becomes like the calendar goes over top of that, or the whatever, you know, I think it would be pretty. It'd make it nice and give me more things to actually have to color in, because it could be more abstract, right? Because it's just behind information. Gotta have to admit, yeah, it's true. It's not a typical English word. I was supposed to check in the water. Yeah, I think they were German, but they didn't actually write the stories. They went around and collected all of the fairy tale stories, and then they condensed it all into like big books and stuff. But yeah, they basically wanted to preserve all these old stories that were handed down, you know, as best they could. Yeah, they were German. 1785 to 1863. What's that? Yeah. Right. fun, interesting fact: the Grimm's fairy tale books have all been like later watered down because they captured the books in their actual like how they were used for back then. So apparently, like back in the day, it was not uncommon to scare the bejeebies out of your kids by telling them things like, the bears will eat you unless you stay with your mother and father and listen to what they tell you to do. Like really gruesome outcomes if you didn't like follow along or listen. Yeah, it's pretty twisted stuff. So seeing as how this is the last live stream for the year, I'm trying to stay awake. I don't want to cut it too short. Yeah. No, they were like the three bears. The little girl didn't get away. They had Goldie for dessert. Porridge wasn't enough at that point. Just real. You know. I often wonder if like that's how we get the word grim. Because the brothers, man, they had some grim stories. Yeah, I was just traumatized by religious parents who, if you don't follow along, then, you'll spend life in hell and we'll be up there in heaven and you won't be able to see us and, all that kind of same traumatizing stuff. Right. Well, I think the Grimm brothers did it, and then it became like Mother Goose's. That was the beginning of the whole washing it down and Disneyfying it. I wonder if they still play. Like, I do sort of miss some of the American things since I've been over here. One of the things I miss is how they used to have the claymation, like Rudolph and the Baby New Year thing, and Rudolph the original, and all those. The year without a Santa Claus. I miss those old claymations. I know that it's not maybe sophisticated enough for today's kids, but I do miss that. How many diamonds have I completed? Since we've been on the air, It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10 of them? I think. I think that's where I was. Pretty decent progress. I just have a problem with one of my fingernails. Because I broke this finger, the little one, when it curls over like this, the nail is all sharp, it kind of cuts into me, so yeah. Except for buying the materials would be a lot. Except for buying the materials, that would be a lot. If I was making diamonds and to make you rich, the purchase of the materials would be more. There'd be a lot of pressure on me then. Yeah, I don't remember how frequently they'd play the shows. I just remember like certain ones my parents did not want me to see because it's Christmas and we don't celebrate Christmas. But then, like, it's just a show. I'm okay. I'm not gonna go to hell because I heard of a Santa Claus thing. I know their Santa wasn't real. And so yeah, they started becoming a little bit more relaxed about it. I just like the claymations. Yeah, the Charlie Brown Christmas, that was another good one. Yeah, the olden days. I wonder if any of those shows are on any of the streaming channels. The one I really miss the most is The Year Without a Santa Claus, because I love the Heat Miser and what was the cold guy's name? Do you remember? There's Heat Miser and then the cold one. I'm Mr. 20 Below. I like their little song and dance routines. Ye oldie days. Use Ord. Yeah, I wonder if they can even still be played, because with all the TVs switching to the new format, like how does that even work? Oh, what was the one with the elf that wanted to be a dentist? He didn't want to make toys anymore. He wanted to be a dentist. And they had the abominable snowman and the island of the misfits toys. Now I want to just go make a big ass bowl of popcorn and just sit and watch that stuff. Oh, I forgot all about it. I was supposed to. So last week somebody went and was trying to watch this from Turkey, and he couldn't turn on captions. So can somebody just verify whether or not they have captions? It works? Okay. Really? Okay, can you see if it translates? Can you translate it to another language and see if it works? Oh, that's awesome. So, okay, so Mandy's showing me that, like, we have captions now. Oops. Oh, this is really, really cool. This is... So the dude from Turkey, I wish he could come back. I couldn't turn him on midstream, but I can... I now found where the setting is, and now that there's captions and stuff. So, yeah. Oh, that's really exciting. Oh, but it doesn't translate live. Okay. So that means he can probably get it translated in the aftermath, but not during the live stream, which I guess that's okay. I mean, it just means he doesn't get to play the whole secret word game. Yeah, I kind of did a lot tonight. I'm not sure where quite started out at. I think early in the day, I was maybe over here somewhere. So all this, I'm not even sure though. I'm not 100% sure. I know, yeah, I've gotten a lot done. I'm pretty pleased. Right. Yeah, I really wish you could translate on the fly. That would be really cool. I wonder why it does not. Really? How bad is the live catch? Wait, if I say I am AWOL, does the captions type it as in like A W? That's why I said it. The lag is so bad between me actually saying stuff and things happening. Big bird. Is it AWOL or no, the other one? That's like the regular wall. Right. I wonder if I started talking in like Chinese, ni hao, and then it'd be like, what it does with that. That'd be hilarious. Like, starts putting up some Chinese words and shit. Did it do anything with that? Let me see. Did it do ni hao?
No.
Neato. I have very limited Chinese, so. Wait, let's try one more. Warani. Thank you for that one. Going up. Ah. Well, it is almost 1 here. I am thinking I'm going to wind this down and call it a night. I have to be up early in case the delivery guys come. So, how would I speak like Google? Wow. So wait, before I get out of here and call it a year, I do want to well, there will be another bracelet video before the year's out, but before I go, thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys are amazing. I really couldn't do it without you guys. I want to also say that the prizes obviously didn't get one tonight, so this is going to continue into the next year. So yeah, and thanks for everybody for trying. That was a lot of fun. I hope, kind of, honestly, I kind of hope that Google sees all this interaction and is like, wow, this video must be great. Look at all this talking. Yeah, that was my whole big hope with the thing, was not only getting stuff into people's hands, but to try to help get, Google to put my videos out there in front of more people. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I think you guys are, should hopefully have a lot of fun with it. I know the prizes are legit, so anyways, yeah, end to the whole 2021. Happy holidays to you guys. Whatever you celebrate, if it's Christmas or not, whatever you guys are into. Even if it's Christmas but you hate it, kind of like me, then I still hope it's a good time with friends and family and not stressful. Like, that's kind of how I see the holidays personally. It's just kind of stressful. So yeah, and yeah, I'll be around next year. Amanda, if you want to get started on a bag anytime soon, you can hit me up. I can help give you ideas on how to design it. Simple patterns work the best, especially things that work in diamonds. You'll see when you join the two sides together why that makes a big difference. Yeah, anything else? What else was I supposed to do? Oh, for the Patreon people, the 2nd of January will be the first Sunday of the month, so pretty sure we're gonna go ahead and do the live chat thing then. Hopefully everybody's hangovers. That gives everybody a time to clear their heads and hang out. So that's gonna be a thing. Yeah, I think that's it. So anyway, it's 1, and I'm exhausted, and actually that's true too. As long as they can still talk. I don't know, when I've been hungover, like even a whisper hurts. So yeah, um, yeah, and then we'll share progresses and all that other good stuff. So yeah, I will see you guys next year. And oh, just a reminder, because I won't be around to tell you this, but just a reminder. Wait, let's go to. Oh, got the cursor over here. Don't get your strings in a bunch. You don't get your strings in a bunch. Okay.